So tell me, what are we going to talk about today?
Today we've got the fresh scent. Geek Bros approved movies out this week. What's new in the gaming world? Video games out this week, presented to you by Darflex. The battle for Azeroth continues, presented to you by Darflex. Nintendo Switch gets an update and a cheaper version for inebriated fitness. It's the Curious Case of Beta Alanine. Anime and Animation Invasion. Love, Death, Robots, Part 9, The Dump. New segment, Garbanzo's Corner. Is this the end of physical media? And are we going strictly digital? Is that a good thing? For open mic, we got a long open mic now, that's what she said. You can now rent Tony Stark's lakeside cabin from Avengers Endgame on Airbnb. The Boondocks gets a remake. Harry Potter Wizards Unite review. Batman's Ruby Rose fires back at her criticism and her lesbian credentials. Loki series first look. Dark Phoenix has the worst debut in X-Men franchise history. Disney secures permits for Marvel Land. Official Gundam Sneakers. And teens obsessed with Funko Pops. This and more on today's episode of Keepin' Up the Geek Bros, episode 68. Stay tuned.
In a world where geeking out never looked so good, two incredibly sexy men will rise for your auditory pleasure. Here's your hosts, Keeping Up with the Geek Bros.
Yes! Keep It Up the Geek Bros podcast, episode 68. I'm your host, Vibe.
Darth Flex.
Well, I was gonna say, with my
God
fellow,
damn.
with me, my fellow. Listen, guys,
Let's redo that.
no, we're not gonna redo that. We're still recording. Let's try it again. I'm sorry, guys. We got a new format. I'll try something different for you guys from like the three of you that commented. So take two. Yes. Keep It Up the Geek Bros podcast, episode 68. I'm your host, Vibe, and with me, my fellow Geek Bros,
Darth Flex.
And Garbanzo.
Yes. So before we get to today's episode, Darflex, if you can tell these fine people how to find us on social media.
Absolutely. You beautiful people can find us on Instagram and Twitter at Geek Bros with a 0. That's GEEKBR0S. On top of that, you can also check us out.
Garbanzo's fondling balls while we're trying to record.
I apologize for that, my beautiful listeners. I know my voice isn't too lovely to hear to. So you can also email us at geekbros with a 0 at yahoo.com. Please send us something. Again, dog pictures, some cool cosplay ideas, or anything you want us to cover. Any cons, any cons, local or international. Who knows? We might even be able to go. Just send us some emails. God damn it. You can also check us out on facebook.com/geekbros with a 0. In the first place We Be Geeks, PC.com. Also another group of beautiful gentlemen. That's your stuff. All right, so now if you want to check out, unfortunately today we're kind of lacking a little bit of vanilla rust, but if you want to check out this beautiful concoction of Egyptian cinnamon, milk chocolate, and cafe con leche, you can check us out on youtube.com/VIBEREVSTUIDOS. I spelled that wrong. BribeRefStudios.com. VIBEREVSTUDIOS.
We're having one hell of an episode 68. This is what happens when I change the format. It just throws us all off. Before we get to today's topics, let's get to comments and questions from you, the audience. All right, coming from our Facebook, that's facebook.com/geekbros with a 0, GEKBR0S. I posted my latest Amazon order. It was a bunch of Naruto stuff, the little dagger thingies and the headbands and whatever. So I basically said, this is what happens when your offspring discover Naruto. And that's Nick?
My brother.
Yes, your brother commented. He's like, that's dope. So
his name is Dickless Nicholas.
Oh, too soon. For Instagram, that's Geek Bros with a 0, GEEKBR0S on Instagram. We have a bunch of stuff. Now, this is, I don't know what's going on here. I assume, Flex, you're the one talking to these guys.
Who?
Is it the ones that, are you looking at it? It's for, it looks like you commented on tabletops, right? So,
yeah.
So I assume you said this would be great addition to the podcast. We don't really have a tabletop section, and so whatever what is it? Dickaholics?
Dichotics.
Dichotics. Said board game tabletop games are gaining popularity, so it would be a great addition. We replied with any recommendations to start with. We have planned to add it to our web series as well, like monthly tabletop videos, which we really did do. Why haven't we done this again?
We're supposed to film. Oh, because your camera broke.
That's the reason why, right? They respond.
You know who that is, right? The Dichotics.
No.
That's the artist formerly known as KC.
Oh, that's KC.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay, cool. What's up, Casey? So she goes, Geek Bros, depending upon what games you like, how many players, etc., I recommend checking out boardgamegeek.com. They have a lot of board game reviews, scores, comment boards, and etc. Okay, cool.
And I'm really big, and I love board games and tabletop gaming, so that's definitely something that I definitely foresee in our future. Just because I want to bring it in, including D&D, Werewolf, other RPGs that tabletop RPGs, including just like stuff like Geek Trivia, Monopoly, the Star Wars edition, things like that.
I want to be very clear that Garbanzo just said he wants to get it in, so just throwing that out there. He wants to get it in. All right. So on our Geek Bros Instagram, still SqueezyBits sent a message. He said, "Vibe, you're talking about mobile editing solution. I think you should really consider the 13-inch MacBook Pro and Final Cut Pro X. You can still add an external GPU through Thunderbolt 3. So thanks a lot for that, SqueezyBits. I actually have me a semi hand-me-down MacBook that was given to me. So I'm going to see what I can do with it. Maybe this could be my solution. This one actually has a CD-ROM drive in it, so that's actually pretty good. So moving on to YouTube comments, and of course, our main guy, SqueezyBits, gave us, I think it was 4 comments. He's the man. SqueezyBits commented on E3 Part 1 special. You guys should check those out. 3-part special. It was some of the best work we've done on this podcast. It was
so much fun overall. I'm not gonna lie.
It was so much fun. It was just three episodes, about 2.5 hours of nothing but video game talk. We don't talk much video games here. It's mostly movies and TV shows. So if you are missing that video game, check that out. So SqueezyBits comments. We are all so hung up on having a physical copy. Cloud gaming is coming. It's going to phase out physical copies like music streaming phased out CDs and MP3s. And when he said that, he was right. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I, however, didn't like the loss of cassettes and CDs to MP3s and all that other crap. So I still stand firm with what I felt. I was never thrilled about the idea of downloading, MP3s and then you lose them or you delete them, or if the service is gone and that's it, your money's gone. These are the CDs. You have something physical and you're more in control of that than you are the digital copies. That's what I can say. You take care of your CDs, you got your CDs. You screw up your computer, you lose your MP3s. I can't believe I can't tell you how many playlists from college are gone because that laptop, those 3-4 laptops ago, fell apart. So I don't know. Does what he say change you guys' mind at all about this the digital revolution that's coming to gaming?
Huh?
I will save it for my comments later.
Oh yeah, good point. All right, so SqueezyBits also said, and I gotta hear what you guys. He says y'all need to meet up in person at least once a month. Now, I have my own response to this, and I'll give my response. You guys can all respond accordingly. That is becoming increasingly harder for us to do. It was easier about a year ago. We'd all drag everybody to the studio. We'd all sit and crammed up, and we would record at one time. Now, as work schedules get more complicated and there's more responsibilities, God forbid we're adults. So i.e., like a year or a change ago, Darflex did not have his own place. A year or change ago, Garbanzo was not married allegedly. So things change. So it's harder for us to get together. So we chose to do Skype to for continuity, for consistency. We sacrificed the communal experience of being together and hanging out and having that good crisp audio and everybody in the same room to make sure we at least had an episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's actually helped, because at one point a year ago, you know, me and the former hosts were the main ones, and you guys, you know, popped in whenever you could. Now you guys can contribute every single time and be hosts with me. You know what I'm trying to say?
I don't.
This way.
Don't get me wrong. I kind of agree the fact that we should still try to get together at least like every once in a while, just to. I mean, just because I miss, you know, being able to touch Flex's pecs and caress your beard. So the whole thing is that these are all things that need to happen. So we're definitely.
But I think now that we use Skype, that when we do all get together, it's more of a treat for the audience. You know,
it's a treat for us too, not for nothing.
It's a treat for us too. But I mean, like when we were doing this the podcast for what, 3 or 4, maybe 5 weeks before we all met up in Chicago together. That was an event. You know what I'm saying? That was us together. So I think we're gonna save the group. Of course, for the original recipe web series, we will be meeting together to do that. We won't be doing that via Skype. That's just not gonna work. But for the podcast
recipe,
the original web series.
I just said recipe.
Yeah, that's what I call it. I call it original recipe. That's what I call the original web series.
Wait, are we getting fried chicken?
That too. A little bit of that. Yeah, exactly, crispy. So yeah, we will be doing that. But it's gonna be more reserved for like big things. Like technically the E3. Yeah. Technically the E3 special should have been a group thing, but it was more important for me to get it out. That's what she said, than to not do it. So moving on to the next one. What did he say? Okay, so here is a comment to you, Flex. On episode 60 something, I remember when it was the last one, at 30 seconds, Squeezebit says, so can y'all replace the part where Flex reads a list of video games about to release with maybe a couple of games that he may be excited for or at least curious about? Now, I personally say no, because I like listing out the video games this week, as long as he's willing to do it.
I agree, because I'm also going to say no, because if that was the case, I'd probably won't say anything.
Exactly. Exactly. It would require you to research more and look more into it, and
now if somebody's willing to help us get paid sponsors, so I can take the time to do shit like this, then yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
Now, not just for. I mean, I do understand where he's coming from, because I think it's more our input in referencing to what's coming out, and I think that we can kind of skim through it, kind of streamline it for like maybe it's just some independent games that we may have think it's interesting.
Here's the thing. We don't have the kind of time to like check out a new game and be like, ooh, this is interesting. If we were to do it like that, then what's new in the gaming world would literally just be the Battle for Azeroth, and that's it. Because if we have to do weekly look for games that it's hard enough creating this outline, let alone looking for games that I may or may not be interested in and then commenting on that. Because you saw what happened with E3. A lot of the games that we mentioned in E3, we didn't have much to say about it, because we're gamers, you guys more so than me, but we like a niche set of games. So not being was considered a full gamer, there wouldn't be much for us to say, okay, well, this is what we're interested in, unless you're telling me we scrap that completely and then just whenever a game comes out that's interesting, then we put it back on the schedule. So I don't know. Exactly. I like just talking about it, and if something sounds interesting.
No. I get it. And I mean, but at the same time, I and the thing is, when we do hear a game is interesting, when he's reading it off,
we say something.
Yeah, we do say things, and we do interrupt him.
Yeah,
throws him off his game a little bit.
So plus it gives me time for me to rest my voice, because my lord, I talk too much in these podcasts now. All right, so sorry, Squeezy Bits. It's gonna stay the way it is for right now, unless you want to come on weekly and then you wanna take over that part. You're more than welcome to, and you can be in charge.
I can see it. He just pops in. Hey guys,
and then pops right out. It's fine. That's what she said. All right, so moving on to Twitter, the Geek Bros put up another poll. I guess we're doing this weekly now. Should at Vibe Rev Studios, that's me, Dye is here orange. We have 3 votes. One is yes, one is Joe did better, and one is no black gingers. So thank you for those who voted. I hate you all. Okay, more polls, not about me.
You love them polls, huh?
All right. Moving on, we got a retweet from Shane Static. That's at Shane or Shane, right? Or Shaney? Yeah, Shane.
Hooked on Phonics works for you.
So that's what are you reading it? What does it say?
I don't know. I actually stopped listening to you a little while ago. I apologize.
Appreciate it. So, Shane Static, as at Shane Static, he retweeted us. He retweeted our Geek Bros E3 special. So appreciate that. Feel the love. Also Twitter, Miss Lady to You.
It is Shane Static. You're right.
She put, you can't appreciate a rose if you're paying attention to the thorns. So Geek Bros said, he said, eat the rose. And, and she replied with, laugh my ass up. So my kind went auto pervert.
Yeah, and it's like, you know where her mind is at. Like,
yeah, my kind went auto pervert.
Talking about a flower.
And was like, yes, and I'm totally ready to be wrong. So, there you go. Emails. We got another issue of Invasion from Planet Restotopia, issue number 3 from Suspicious Behavior. So look forward to that review next week. Can't wait for that. Thank you guys so much for sending us part 3. We can't wait to review that.
I finally caught up with the first two comics, and I loved it, man. It was awesome.
Good. So I mean, save that. We're gonna circle back to it next week, and then you can do 1 and 2. And then we can hit up 3. I think that'd be perfect. So that is it for comments and questions. Gents, tell me about your weekend. Darflex.
My weekend. I worked a lot. It was crazy. We had some people from the Caribbean come in, and as soon as I handed them a handgun, taught them how to use it, and told them all the safety rules, they immediately pointed at their face. Which is pretty interesting. Like, how stupid you got to be? But other than that, it's pretty cool. I played some Crackdown 3. And
How was it?
Crackdown 3?
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty good. I'm actually almost done with it. And then after the E3 stuff, I logged in, got all the free stuff, and I went to Sea of Thieves, got my Master Chief loadout for my ship. Game of Thieves, Sea of Thieves has like, the game's getting much better than where it started. They added so much more. You can cook now, you can fish. There's like arenas and stuff. It's actually pretty good. So I did a little bit of gaming. It was pretty good. It was nice. Nice to have some time to do that stuff, you know.
Good. Garbanzo.
Well, I finally finished the move over. Hence, you see all the pops up at the top instead of putting them up. But I actually
busted a move.
I finally got a chance to jump in and play little Fallout 76 and check it out. I want to say that it was as good as Fallout 4 for me. I can see how it can be if you're playing with people. It's just that the land is very sparse. I'm really looking forward to the update when they add more NPCs. Then it'll be a little bit. I'm sure I have more of experience for it. Right. But right now, I definitely want to, if to jump on and playing with a group or playing with some randos and just kind of like running around. That I could see it's a big. It would be a lot more appealing to me.
So she said.
Oh, fantastic. Well, my weekend was quite simple yet adventurous. Saturday I spent. I had a little shore excursion, I would call it, over to Homestead. My God, is that a long drive? I spent the day out there canoodling, and then Sunday was Father's Day, and it was a disgusting, rainy, miserable day. So me and the offspring woke up.
Damn, dude.
But
those are your kids, bro. Don't talk about them like that.
No, the weather, you freak. So we were supposed to go to either parasailing, which wasn't going to happen, or we were going to go to Splitsville, which we weren't feeling at, or whatever it was, or even Top Golf. But I mean, it was a disgusting day.
It really was.
So I just looked at the boys. They looked at me, and I said, "Junk out." They said, "Junk out." So we went to Sonic. We went to Antonio's Pizza. We went to Publix. We went to Wingstop, and we went to CVS and got all the junk food we want. We ate ourselves into a food coma. No, legitimately, we were on our couch. We were watching some show, and the 3 of us fell asleep together. We haven't. Me and my boys have not taken a nap in years like that. So that was my Father's Day. So that's it for the weekend. I'm thrilled to death.
So what's going on with the Geek Bros?
The Geek Bros did their E3 stuff, and that's all up on YouTube. Watch that. We also released the standalone excerpt of Invasion from Wrestletopia, Part 1 and Part 2 as an original recipe. It's a cop-out. I just basically cropped it out of the episode, slapped it together, I'm talking about just the tip of some graphics and threw it out there as a web series episode. So just for something to be out there. That's really about it. Of course, the same stuff that are still pending. And allegedly, I got my camera back yesterday. Allegedly, so I'm gonna test it out actually after the podcast to see if it's actually working, and then we will start going stuff. I do have every intention of. You guys need to watch the video recap only to see the nonsense that Flex is doing. I do intend on dragging the Geek Bros together to review Endgame. I mean, it's better late than never. We're gonna do that now that the cameras.
I forgot about that. Wow.
Oh no, I didn't forget. It's on my list of many things we need to do. So we're gonna do that, and but I look forward to Squeezy Bits actually sent me a request for us to order these color grenades or whatever in preparation for our big splashy YouTube intro for the Geek Bros YouTube, which is currently there. If you guys want to subscribe, there's just nothing there yet, but that's coming soon. Flex, would you stop distracting me? I'm trying to actually do this.
Sorry.
So that's it for the Geek Bros, and I'm ready for this episode, Gen 68.
Yes.
Yes.
It's fine to get back to normal.
Not for nothing, but you actually do talk quite a bit. I'm not gonna. I understand why. That's why. Now I understand why you wanted to rest your voice.
You can suck it. All right, so it's time. So it's time for the fresh scent.
Fresh scent.
God, Jesus, so in
was
my ear. Geek Bros approved movie of the week.
Made my skin crawl.
Of course, it's Men in Black International. Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson star as Agent H and Agent M. Who? Tessa Thompson? Who? I just asked Tessa Thompson.
I sent it to you before.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. Absolutely.
Okay, send them again. Family podcast. Who employ high-tech weaponry to battle mischievous aliens on Earth. However, the pair also discover a major threat within their own ranks. I saw this movie, and I liked it for what it was. Anybody else watch the movie?
Not yet, but it's on my to-do list.
Same.
I mean, I was quite disappointed that there was no cameo or anything, but other than that,
would have been cool.
Will Smith?
Yeah.
He was too busy being a genie, bro.
I know, but still, I mean, you would think maybe.
Actually, he did do pretty well being the genie. I'm not gonna lie.
Whatever, fake news. I haven't seen that stupid ass movie yet. But yeah, I like the movie.
It's worth checking out.
I did like. It had me laughing a little bit. Basically, if I had to say anything, Chris Hemsworth, Agent H, I think he was just basically playing Thor. I'm being real. That's how it felt like to me. He was just as goofy, just as silly. The difference is that he wasn't like.
Didn't have a hammer.
Exactly. Actually, he did have a
hammer.
Had a hammer. He had a hammer. So, for a second, that was really funny.
Oh, that's awesome.
But no, I liked this movie. I enjoyed it. I wasn't upset about it. It was a good way to spin off of Men in Black. It didn't do very well in the box office, so I don't know where that's gonna go. But it's unfortunate.
Did he get with Tessa Thompson?
She was attracted to him. So the reason why she pairs with him is because she sees him and she's like, yes, I want a piece of that. And
who directed this movie?
I don't know.
Like, were they like, hey, let's just take the cast from Thor Ragnarok and throw him in a Men in Black?
Pretty much, because they had good banter in Thor Ragnarok, and they have the exact same banter in Men in Black. It's just a longer movie. So basically, think of Valkyrie and Thor on a buddy cop. That's basically what it is.
I'm down.
The difference is Tessa Thompson doesn't have the accent. It's just she's American. So it was kind of cool. All right, so we're gonna move on to what's new in the gaming world. Video games out this week, brought to you by Darflex.
Perfect. Video games out this week. Actually, for this week, it's actually not that busy. It's another quiet week. Just want to full disclosure, I'm still getting my information from VGA 24/7 as I have not had the time to please my other cuck-like cuck-like listeners. But I will once I get the time. It's just still trying to save money, buy a house. But okay, so we're gonna start here with June 18th, the first day for this week. We're gonna start with Mini Mech Mayhem for the PSVR. We have Luna for the PS4, PSVR. We have Lovely Planet 2 for the PC. We have Citizens of Space for the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Another Site for PC, PS4, Xbox One. Vacation Simulator for the PSVR. I actually seen this one. It's actually pretty cool. We have a Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. PC, Xbox One, and on the 25th, Switch, respectively.
I fucking love that title. What was that? Blood Rain what?
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Yeah, I like that.
Sounds like a
Bloodstained Ritual
of the night, like Astro. All right, so oh my God, Steel Division! Wow. All right, so Steel Division 2 for the PC. And we're on June 20th now, by the way. We have Tech Core for the PC, Slender: The Arrival for the Switch, My Friend Pedro for the PC and Switch.
Wait, hold on. My Friend Pedro? Really? That's the name of the title?
That's the name of the game, bro. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is like, it's like Donald Trump made a game. He's like, look, see? I love the Mexicans. I'm going to make them a game. All right, so Muse Dash for the PC and Switch, Scrap Rush for the PC and Switch, 198X for the PC and PS4, Rolling Gunner for the Switch. Now we're on June 21st. We have Steel Sword Story for the PC. We have Sims 4 Island Living for the PC, PS4, Xbox One, and it's going to come out on the 21st for...
I cannot believe the Sims is still rolling out there.
That game is banging. So for PC...
I actually just downloaded it, the new one.
Did you?
Yeah. It was on sale for like $8 or something like that.
Where?
Xbox.
Yeah, it's not that expensive.
Oh.
That game comes out on the 21st for the PC and July 16th for the consoles. We have Train Survival, Steam Early Access for the PC, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled for the PS4, Xbox One, Switch, Harry Potter Wizards Unite for the Android and iOS. And that is actually... No, I'm sorry. We have one more. On the 23rd, we have Heavy Rain for the PC, and that is it for this week.
All right, thank you so much, Flex. So we're going to move on to your next one. The Battle for Azeroth continues, featuring World of Warcraft is going to reduce its level cap. Hit it. Sock it to me. Whatever your name is.
What? Bastard?
Sock it to me.
There's not a goddamn thing going on. No, I'm kidding. Just a reminder, The Rise of Ashara comes out on the 26th. That's not that far away. So if you're currently subscribed, look forward to that. What we covered last time for Azeroth. It's going to be pretty sweet. New missions, new dungeons, new gear, and new levels, which brings us to our next, I guess, article or rant. World of Warcraft is going to reduce its level cap.
Really?
Yes. Currently, the game is capped at a level 120, which, again, is kind of frustrating because the NPCs also get to that level sometimes, and it's like, ugh. But it says, this is another one. World of Warcraft Blizzard Studio has apparently announced that WoW is reducing its level cap, a so-called level squish. At some point in the future, it has done so via customer survey asking if you knew about that. Now, I wonder who the hell is actually saying in the survey, yeah, no, these levels are way too high. So I'm not going to read this article because it's not really an article. It's like a paragraph written by like a first grader. They should go back to school.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's some Richard Scott Jones. He looks like a fucking asshole.
Oh, so this alleged article is coming from PCGamesN.com, just so you know.
Yeah, this is like getting your PC news from CNN. Don't listen to them. All right. Yeah, fake news. So basically what it is that in the future, they're going to reduce the level cap from 120 to, I'm not too sure, maybe level 100, who knows. But what it is some people don't like the idea, or new players don't like the idea of having to grind all the way to level 120, which, by the way, if those losers had any friends, it's not that hard to grind with friends on World of Warcraft. Just do dungeons. You can get to level 60 in like a day if you're not a little bitch. But
it only takes a few days of killing pigs in the small forest to get to that max level.
Make love, not Warcraft. All right. So, with that being said, there also is an option to buy a leveling coin to level your way all the way up. But, if you are a new player to World of Warcraft, I'm assuming you bought the most current expansion, or at least bought one of the current games, which which comes with a level cap coin. So it'll take you all the way to level 110. Now the coins don't take you to the level cap because you still, if you go straight to a level 120, it's going to take away from the actual story and the in-game cinematics. So they cap you at like pretty much what the level for the expansion is. So for the current expansion, it's level 120. They'll start you at level 110. That way you can actually play through the stories, and you just won't be in there like blowing through the stories and killing everybody. Like they want to actually enjoy the game. Me personally, I don't think it's like that bad to grind to level 120. One, you have time to get experience. Two, it gives you time to save money. Also, it gives you the opportunity to be super much better than new coming players. That's what I bitch about, honestly. The fact that they gave players on the PvP server the option to not get killed by me. Like, I want to be at high level so I can go and destroy a whole village and kill all of the players. I want to make their life miserable. So they're going to cap the game. They're going to reduce the level cap. So now they're at even playing grounds with me. No, fuck that. I want to kill them.
And then not to mention that, I mean, just to think about all the people who ground from level 1 to level 120 daily, who've been sitting there and playing it for the last, I don't know, almost decade, and
Absolutely.
then just sitting there playing, and who were there when it capped to 50, when they raised it to 60, when they raised it to 75, when they raised it to 100. You know what I'm saying? So people have been going through and doing this, and now just I mean, like perfect example with Destiny, for to bring in some, be able to give new players the option to come in. Now, you had to go through the storyline, but you had a coin that will get you almost to the cap, very similar to the way Warcraft did. Now that would not affect the final gameplay, but overall, I did it when I played Destiny, and I still ground. I still did it. I had the second character that I did from scratch, so I got both effects. Getting the freebie and then going through all the way the hard way. But I mean, I can see both sides of the coin, but I don't think that squishing down the levels is going to help at all.
Absolutely not. I mean, they're trying to make everybody the same. The last time the world tried to make everybody the same, French Indochina became Vietnam, and the Soviets tried to rule the world. So we're not in for communism. Blizzard, get your shit together. This is America.
Thank you. Thank you, Flex.
This is Azeroth.
That's true. So, before you finish off, don't forget to tell them where to find you on your something server.
Oh, yeah. You guys can find me on Burning Blade. The guild is Harbingers of Darkness. Currently, we're still recruiting. You can check us out. It'll be me and the artist form known as Juancho. I am Thuglo is my main character right now in the clan.
You said Thuglo?
Not the clan. Sorry. Yeah, well, because like most goblin names ends with low, and I wanted mine to be a thug, so I just said Thuglo.
Okay.
Yeah. So just check us out. It's a PvP server. We have plenty of money. We're looking for recruits. We'll raid once you're on. And, honestly, the one thing I do like about World of Warcraft is if you're able to make enough gold, I think it's 100,000 gold. With 100,000 in-game gold, you can actually buy 1 month of subscription time.
Oh, so, wow.
If you really grind, like if you're really active, you have a good clan and you have a good clan bank. I mean, I'm sure, like, please don't do this because it's very unhealthy to sit in front of a screen like this all day, but you can pretty much, as a hero, Azeroth, pay for your own game time by playing.
That's awesome.
That's kind of cool. I want to say that's kind of cool.
But I absolutely do not recommend that. Go outside, get some sun.
Yes. We here at Keepin Geek Bros podcast do not condone you being a hermit sitting in front of your computer. All right, we're going to move on to Nintendo Switch gets an upgrade and a cheaper version. This news comes from the Wall Street Journal, which learned from an unnamed source that a supply chain in South Asia has started on a new Switch. Including the types are 2 new models. That's indication that Nintendo will introduce them soon, although there's no time frame given. The journal does say that Nintendo is making a Switch model that looks just like the current one, although it'll be beefed up components, while the less expensive version will feature a new design. The report also notes that the holiday season is a key period to lock in sales for the Nintendo. So, especially considering that Microsoft will be launching its massive Xbox update next year, and Sony's PS5 will be coming soon. We're looking at probably this holiday season. Nintendo sells a cheaper version for $200, which is down from $300, and the next one will probably be $300. To propel sales. So I actually am thrilled about this because the Switch is the thing I want. It's the thing I need in my life. I actually have been neglecting it a lot lately because I've been so busy. But I'm buying the beefed up version because that's how I roll. Gentlemen, what do you guys think about the cheaper Switch Lite and Switch
I
Beef?
I am looking forward to it myself personally. Because I've been wanting to get the Switch for a while. You guys know that, and now I may actually have the opportunity.
Sounds good.
I'm absolutely gonna check it out. I also do want to switch, just so I can play with my girlfriend. Pretty much, that's really much it.
Oh,
But
Oh my god!
I also don't want to share, so it's like, you know.
yeah, I know that's the truth. That's the reason why I want. That's the reason why I want to get another Switch because I don't want to share. You know, it's so bad now that my offspring, the oldest one, is taking it out of my room and put it in his room. I'm talking about everything, the base and everything. It all plugs into his TV now. So I'm just like, buy another docking port or just like forget it, get a new Switch. So
Why don't you tell your kids to get a fucking job and buy their own goddamn Switch?
they're not there yet. Almost though. Almost.
I mean,
5 more years.
they can go
Oh,
work at a big restaurant or something. Go find one of those. Like, remember when we had tacos after?
yeah.
When was it after they had tacos? He went somewhere. Whatever. He can work there. I'm sure they'll hire him.
Oh,
And the plus
he
is
doesn't
he's a
speak
citizen.
Spanish.
He's
He
a
doesn't speak
citizen.
Spanish.
So he can be the scapegoat.
Good point. Good point. We'll table that for off air. Off air. We're gonna move on to inebriated fitness. Nope. Okay, I thought you were gonna say something else. Inebriated fitness.
Please, yes.
Fantastic. Inebriated fitness. Darflex is an exercise physiologist with a BS in exercise and sports science. He's a certified CSCS strength conditioning coach and a CISSN sports nutritionist, sports injury specialist, and currently an MMA weight cut specialist and nutritionist. The Curious Case of Beta, was it Alanine? Alanine?
Alanine, yes.
Alanine. Curious Case of Beta Alanine, a non-essential amino acid that is produced naturally in the bottle. Beta Alanine aids in the production of carnosine.
Carnosine.
Carnosine. That's a compound that plays a role in muscle endurance in high-intensity exercise. So this actually is, I guess you do what, like a sequel to the Curious Case of Beta Alanine video that we did.
I mean, I guess it's more just. So, for those who don't know, the first project that me and Vibe Ever actually did together, just us, was a school project for my major in college, where we did a video, like kind of like a satire video for exercise physiology, and I chose to do it on beta alanine. So, beta alanine is a pretty interesting amino acid. It's a non-essential amino acid. What does non-essential amino acid means? It means that for the most part regular people, you don't need non-essential amino acids because your body produces it. It might produce enough for you to get by. Now, if you're an active person, you're seeking a fitness life, the reason why you take non-essential amino acids is because your body does not produce enough to maintain what it is you're doing. With beta-alanine, like Vibe was saying, it is a precursor to carnosine. So what the carnosine is an intramuscular buffer. Now, if you remember chemistry, there's acids and there's bases. So think of it as a base, right? It's basic, like all you basic bitches out there.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew that was coming.
But okay, so why beta-alanine? When we work out, or when anyone works out, let's say whether it's high intensity or long endurance, exercise, movement, sports, you feel that burning sensation in your muscles, right? You guys ever feel that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the time.
Like not the shaking, but like the burning, like the like the Richard Simmons. You're getting mighty. Feel the burn. That. So here's how the body works. Now, our primary source of energy is going to be carbohydrates, which synthesizes into adenosine triphosphate, or ATP. Now, when ATP gets used into energy, it gets broken down and it becomes ADP, adenosine diphosphate. So it has 2 phosphates instead of 3. Now, the byproduct of ATP is lactate, right? Or okay, so when that's broken down, the body creates lactic acid or lactate, whatever you want to call it. It's not like milk, like lactose, but
I was going to ask that question.
Isn't an increase of lactic acid what causes gout?
No, that's uric acid.
No, it's
Okay, thank you.
lactose.
All right, see, remember.
Yes. It's very common in Cubans. Not making fun, just seriously.
Allegedly.
No. I double checked.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
Yeah, it's actually very common in Cubans and like tropical black people. Or I'm sorry, Caribbean.
Caribbean.
Oh, there you go.
Caribbean.
I don't-
You say Caribbean, I say Caribbean. Oh no, it doesn't work that way.
So
Yeah, it
back to
does,
what we
yeah.
were saying. Lactic is also a sugar, right? Lactate gets reabsorbed and turned into ATP. So you break the lactate down and you create more ATP by bonding the phosphate to ADP. Now, when the body is working at a very high intense level, it does not break down lactate into sugar fast enough. So what happens? That the leftover, there's a byproduct, right? So it's not buffering out that lactate, right? That's your lactic threshold. It's how efficiently your body can take that lactate and reconvert it back into ATP. Now, if it's not doing that fast enough, the byproduct of that is the hydrogen ion. Now, again, if you know chemistry, hydrogen is highly acidic, right? There's hydrochloric acid. Obviously, it's just an ion. That's where you feel that burning sensation in your muscles, like when you're working out, whether it's lifting, sprinting, running, boxing. This is actually very good supplements for boxers, wrestlers, soccer players, MMA fighters, jiu-jitsu players.
Chronic masturbators.
Actually, yes, absolutely. I mean, but I don't know if the skin around your wiener is going to hold that up, but I don't really have a remedy for that. I guess cocoa butter, I don't know. That's fine. So what we do is we supplement. There are two ways to help that. We can naturally increase our lactate threshold, right?
Okay.
Or what we can do is we can take a supplement like beta alanine, which is an intramuscular buffer. You can also take baking soda. Baking soda also works well. Sodium bicarbonate, you can put in your water, drink it with your pre-workout.
Ew.
But beta alanine is much more effective. And you can also find beta alanine naturally in foods like turkey. But the amount you would have to eat to even make it effect is quite a large amount. And I'm not too sure really where you can find it in plants. I'm sure you can. I just never looked into it because honestly, I'm sure it's even more ridiculous amount than you would have to eat it from turkey. Well, it is because most plants don't have a complete amino acid profile. So you have to take that into consideration. But beta alanine is vegan because it's just synthesized. Now, when we take beta alanine, that increases our intramuscular endurance or it's our buffing capacity. Beta alanine has no side effects, no negative side effects. When you do take it, you may experience paresthesia. That's the little like needles, like the little tingly feeling on your skin. Mm-hmm. Personally, I like that. It makes me push harder. That's really, and like flushing of the skin, you get that from supplements like niacin as well. But beta alanine is probably the most common one you will feel if you take pre-workouts. That's one of the ingredients in it. Now, to get the proper benefits from beta alanine, it's not just the biggest mistake people make is when they buy supplements, they just take them. Oh, it's gonna work right away, or hey, I'll take it this day, but I won't take it next day. The key is consistency because that's the way the body works. It has to adapt. It takes about 21 days for you to see the full benefits and effects of beta alanine for you to create a good intramuscular buffer that's gonna last. So you got to take it 3 times a day. The dose is about 3 grams. Right, and that would be 3 times a day, so a total of about 9.5 grams a day.
Okay.
It doesn't taste very good. It's a little tart, but you can mix it with almost anything. Sometimes, be careful when you mix it with creatine. It works great with creatine, but it might give you the BGs and you'll be on a toilet. So if you're gonna squat that day, just be careful because you don't want to turn the floor brown. But I guess that's just my experience. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's all around. Now, another good thing about beta alanine is it's not banned by any athletic commissions. It's not illegal. It's safe. It's a natural product. You gotta understand, like, even though it doesn't come in like from food, it's still something that occurs naturally. So don't think it's something that people are gonna screw you over. When you're looking for it, you're buying beta alanine. The brand doesn't really matter. Beta alanine is beta alanine. There's only one ingredient. If you see more than one ingredient in your beta alanine, don't bother getting it. And if you decide to get off of beta alanine, the good thing is the benefits decrease linearly at about 2% per day. So not a week, like 2% a week. So okay. you get the benefits for quite a bit if you decide to take it. Maybe you don't want to take it during some kind of endurance competition just because you don't want to feel the uncomfortable paresthesia or something like that. but it is a supplement that I do swear by. It's going to increase your muscular endurance, not your cardiovascular endurance. Don't get that confused. It's a totally different thing. It has to do with your respiratory system and your heart. This is just the intramuscular endurance, like how your muscle fibers are able to hold up. I mean, if your thing is masturbating, you want to hold that grip tight without having to let go, that's fine. If you're boxing, when you have trouble keeping your hands up because your shoulders and back are burning, it's going to help you. If you're a sprinter and that burn knocks you out in the first like 5 seconds or 10 seconds, it's going to help you out. It's a great supplement.
It just sounds like it overall it's beneficial, and also it'll help those individuals who may want to last a little longer because they get winded in bed or some shit like that. This also might work that way as well.
Actually, you know what? This will help. Like if you're one of those like if you're just one of those jackhammer guys. It's just like the glute muscles get tired because they're big muscles. It requires a lot to drive. So, I mean, if you want to not get cramps on your ass cheeks and just keep.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I mean, yeah, like
that, and potassium as well. I'm sure helps.
I was trying to keep it professional. You know, like I was trying not to be so lewd, but like
be so Dorflex. Is that even possible?
To my listeners out there, if you're trying to power fuck Beta Alanine.
And you're saying in such a sensually soft voice. It's being whispered into my ear. Power fuck. I mean, like,
like if you got a hungry girl or guy at home, power bottom. Don't discriminate. But if you got a significant other at home who just hungers for the flesh, and just needs a good pounding.
Who just hungers for the flesh.
But you're
just make sure they're not a zombie before you do this, okay?
Look, I'll tell you this. There's 2 kind of burnings that you don't want during intercourse. There's the burning of the muscles and the burning when you pee. Beta Alanine. Darflex proof.
Final thoughts, Darflex, on this latest episode of segment of Inebriated Fitness.
Cheers.
Fantastic. Thank you, sir. If you want more fitness and nutrition tips, or you want to see some sweet UFC posts, then follow my man here on Instagram. That's Darflex, DARTH_FLEXX. We're going to move on. No, we're not.
I want to say to our listeners, if you guys have any topics you want to cover me or any questions about fitness, I mean, this makes it much easier on me because I'm actually able to have a conversation and answer any questions rather than just going off of like my own likes. Please do so. I mean, I would love to, help out or just discuss any kind of general population or any kind of child obesity. That's a good one.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much. We're going to move on to anime/animation invasion, Love, Death, Robots, Part 9, The Dump. Ugly Dave calls the garbage dump home, and he's not about to let some city slicker take it away from him. So, That's The Dump. We're going to do the good, bad, the ugly. I assume, gentlemen, you guys have watched this, so yes. The good, Darflex.
The animation. Holy shit. Animation was good. Honestly, to me, the good was the puppy.
The puppy? What do you mean, the monster or the puppy that was stuck in the monster?
The puppy that was stuck in the monster.
That was the good?
Because I like puppies, and the monster pretty much kind of took the character of the puppy, even though it's a accumulation of everything it takes in, but it kind of seemed like it was just one huge puppy.
True.
Yeah. And you don't have a soft spot for puppies.
I did say I don't have a soft spot for puppies. I just don't really like pets.
Most black people don't,
Like pets? Most black people love. This is very stereotypical. Garbanzo, what the good?
Actually, I love the animation. It was just a little bit different, but it was entertaining. I like how it gave us a bit of a twist. I wasn't expecting that twist. That was actually, for me, I actually enjoyed that part.
This is a spoiler. What's the twist? What twist are we referring to?
Well, the whole thing is that the twist is like the actual that the dump is alive. There's a a garbage monster that goes around and basically eats things and it was just fun. It was just really cool. I was not expecting that at all.
So the twist you're referring to is that he actually somehow tamed the beast. Basically, that's the twist.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. The good for me was true. Was true. The photorealistic animation. I was watching it a second time, literally a couple hours ago, and the first shot with a dead possum on the floor, it looked so photorealistic. I thought for a minute, wait a minute, is this live action? Was this live action? It was really, really good animation, like crazy good animation. But that's pretty much the only good I have is that it looked really, 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 really good. The bad, gentlemen, Darflex.
No bad. No bad.
Oh, okay.
No.
Garbanzo.
Honestly, it was a great little short. I don't have an issue with it whatsoever. I didn't really find it bad.
Well, the bad for me was
the puppy. Yes, I mean
no, it was not the freaking puppy. It was the ending pretty much. The twist is that he's telling the story. All right, basically the concept is this guy's coming to kick him out of the dump, and he's like he's calling. It sounds like he's calling a dog or somebody else, and he's stalling for time, and he's telling the story to the guy who's trying to kick him out about how he this monster that he made, and this monster he tells the story. The monster comes, the monster eats his friend. He tries to kill the monster. The monster but then apparently there's some dog is inside the monster, and in a very blob-like. I don't know if anybody's seen the Blob, but it was kind of like the Blob when the Blob sucks you in and you're still alive and you're like trying to get out, but you're being eaten alive. That's kind of what it was like. And so he sees the dog, and the dog, he's like, oh my god, this he may kill this blob thing, or this trash monster may kill, but he also incorporates whoever he eats into its body, into its mass. The ending is somehow he tamed this beast, and how the heck or why didn't the blob kill him too or eat him too? That's what I'm questioning. That's what the bad is for me.
I think it's because he showed compassion.
Yeah, I mean, he showed that he could kill him and he didn't. So
because he saw it in his eyes, man. It's kind of like, yeah, man. It's just compassion, like.
But how's that any different than when his friend went out there, and also well, no, I'm gonna get to that.
His friend died.
His friend went out there to pee. He ran from it. He did shoot at it, but he ran from it. How does the trash monster differentiate between running from it and compassion for not killing it? It's the same concept.
You got to think about it. It's a sentient being, man. Like just how some dogs can tell.
Yeah,
because
they can smell fear.
He didn't eat the guy off screen. He ate the guy when he was standing next to the other guy when they were both preparing guns and stuff. So why did he eat him and not eat the other guy? That's the only question.
He looked into his eyes. He looked into his eyes. He just felt it. He felt the compassion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, again, they took the human condition and applied it to something that's not human, and that's how they try to get you with the story.
I guess
that's how Disney works, man. Like Disney is able to take a 4,000-pound bear and make you want to hug it, but in real life, they would teach you asshole first.
Don't you throw Disney into this, okay? This is blasphemy. All right, the ugly gentleman.
My ugly is a positive, and my ugly is how they took something ugly and made you sympathize with it.
The ugly section is not positive. It's never positive. That should be the good. Okay, Garbanzo, the ugly.
I honestly, I don't really have an ugly with this one. I mean, it was a cool story.
Is nobody gonna talk about the gratuitous animated?
Penis?
Yes, the gratuitous animated penis, photorealistic penis, that they lingered on when a guy ran back. I mean, they lingered on way too long.
Let me ask you a question.
Are
you an adult?
I am an adult, but I didn't want to.
Do you watch porn?
Yes, I do actually.
Here's the question. When you watch porn,
I'm not staring at penis.
Do you find it more satisfying when it's a girl and a girl, or a guy and a girl?
That's a good question. You know, I never asked myself that question. I've never asked myself that
question.
Also,
would you feel less intrigued to watch if the dude had a tiny penis?
Let me ask you a question. What does it have anything to do with this? There's no penetration in this short. It's just a photorealistic redneck's penis, and they linger on it and his balls for far too long.
I'll give you
Now, are you saying now? Would you be less upset if it was a black penis?
Fuck this. That is the end.
I'm not done. I'm not done.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, you can flash the penis.
Well, look,
Okay?
here's my.
Deadpool flashed the baby penis for a second. We laughed. We moved on. This lingered on this shit for way too long.
Well, they probably did it because they can. That's probably the only legitimate answer.
That is true. That is true.
So why not?
Why not? Exactly.
Yeah.
Listen,
sometimes the simplest answer is the rightest answer.
I can't stand it. I can't stand it. So, how do you guys rate the episode overall?
Not my favorite for me, but it was entertaining to watch.
Yeah,
my favorite is hopefully the one where the different histories. That's my favorite episode.
Spoilers, we're not there yet. All right.
Squeezy Bits, least favorite episode.
Whose?
Squeezy Bits.
No, don't speak for Squeezy Bits. If he has something to say,
he said it on the podcast.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, when he was on.
Well, he can say it again when he gets his ass back on here again. So
yeah, get on.
We are now going to introduce our newest segment. Okay, the man with a plan, the Mac Daddy of Mac Daddies, the resident teddy bear, Garbanzo's Corner. Is this the end of physical media, and is it going strictly digital a good thing? Take it away, Garbanzo.
Okay, so this is actually a very heated topic overall, and I actually have some strong feelings about it, but not the way most people are going to think. My whole thing is I'm an avid collector, as a lot of people know, whether it's Pops, special editions, and things like that. You know, I still have my old Magic cards, you know, and things like that. But the whole thing is, when it comes down to it, I enjoy the physical media aspect of it. I enjoy the having something physically in my hand. Just like you were saying earlier, Vibe. What happens if a server goes down? What happens if the internet goes down after a hurricane? We live in South Florida, guys. The whole thing is that if my whole Xbox wipes and I don't have an option to download something, I want to be able to plug a game in and play it. I want that option. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, there are some games that I'll do the download only because either there's a gaming as a special or something like that. But perfect example now with the Master Chief Edition for Halo games in the past, I have at least one statue from Halo, a helmet, and it all came with the special edition. No, go ahead.
I just want to say that I got the digital collector's edition of Halo, and it came with all that. So that's an option now. Yeah, like
they mail it to you or something?
No, so you can go to this like GameStop. I went to GameStop, got Halo 5, a collector's edition, and it was a huge box. It came with the statues of Agent Locke and Master Chief and everything, and it came with the download code for the actual game.
Okay,
so that's not an option.
Well, yeah, but the whole thing is that I guess some people just prefer to have the physical media. I know I'm not the only person. But is it a good thing? Yes and no. The reason why I say it's not a good thing because not everyone has the available funds to get a 3 terabyte hard drive, and having to delete games to add more games it's a pain, and I'm going through that right now. I had to undownload. I had to delete Destiny 2 to be able to download Final. I to download.
You were messing
Fallout 76.
You were screwing with him, Flex. Stop typing.
If my ADD's getting way too hard.
Here it is.
So it's like I said. Personally speaking, I want the option. I want to have the physical option to actually use a disc. I don't want to have to download everything. Sometimes I want to play right away. I don't want to have to wait for an update, and that's another thing. The fact of the matter is that this also allows developers to give out incomplete games. They're like, oh, we'll just give you an update when we finally do it, you know, or we'll after 2 days after the game comes out, they gotta do another update or a patch. Now that happens a lot because people aren't taking the time and releasing it. Yes, like perfect example is Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, we waited a decade for this game, and there were no patches the day of. Now you downloaded the game to make it a lot faster, so it could actually, go out, so there's less load times. But that was an option. It's to me, it's okay. Just to kind of close it up, physical media. I hope it doesn't go away. I have a bad feeling that it will eventually, kind of like the 8-track and the tape deck. But I still think that there's going to be some avid gamers out there who still are going to be collecting physical media, same way that individuals like myself and even like friend of the show Renee, who's come on a couple times. He collects amazing vintage games, and he has a great collection. So does Pink Jess. She collects vintage games. So, oh no, I have the proof.
I know you got the proof, all right.
But yeah, so I am telling you right now, I hope it doesn't go that way, but I have a feeling that I may still be part of the minority.
Well, thank you, Garbanzo. That is the inaugural segment of Garbanzo's Corner. Garbanzo, before we go, just tell the audience what to expect from this new segment of yours.
The Garbanzo's Corner is basically just me going over different topics that whether they pop in my head that we discussed in a previous week, or just something that I want to kind of elaborate a little bit more on. Feel free to go on Facebook.com, Garbanzo's Corner, and post up something that you might want me to talk about or something we want to discuss. The page is up and ready to go. And just let me know what you think, and let me know what you want to hear, and then I definitely want to go into it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. We look forward to all the future Garbanzo's Corners now streaming with every episode.
And there'll be more than 4. Get it?
I don't. Oh, we
got corners. 4 corners.
4 corner.
Well, there's more than 4 corners.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. We're gonna move on to open mic.
That was a horrible dad joke. I apologize, gentlemen.
You should apologize. Apologize to listeners too. Moving on to open mic. You can now rent Tony Stark's lakeside cabin from Avengers Endgame on Airbnb. Now, this article comes from yahoo.com/entertainment. For the truly committed Avengers fan, you can now live your best Tony Stark life. Tony's secluded lakeside retirement cabin from Endgame is now available to rent via Airbnb for around $800 per night, or just over 600 euros.
Pounds.
That's pounds or euros?
That's pounds.
They don't have pounds. They have euros.
That's pounds. It's if it's in England or the British Isles, it's a pound.
But they do euros now. They don't do pounds anymore.
No, they don't do euros.
Who doesn't do euros? Am I
Brits?
Am I not?
Brits don't do euros.
Am I not current on the political climate? Oh,
dude, remember the whole Brexit thing? They're actually exiting from the freaking European Union.
$800 a night isn't that bad, actually.
Fuck that.
No, I mean, I would think it would be a lot more money than that.
Yeah.
Is it because Tony
Stark
was there?
Huh? What'd you say?
Is it because Tony Stark was there?
Yeah. That's the cabin. That's the cabin that you see in the movie.
We can literally drive down right now to Titania Beach, go to a little beach shack.
That's not the
Iron Man 3 for free.
Oh yeah? Well, no, that's not the point. The point is that little cabin there, and to be honest with you, again, $800 a night divided by 4 people, $200. It's not bad.
Is it 4 rooms? I mean, do we find out how many rooms it has?
For that, you get the run of the cabin, which is outside of Atlanta, and it has 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms.
All right.
So even if it's 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, somebody sleeps on the couch, you rotate. We could do this.
The only way I would do it is if they have like a tombstone or a grave marker for Tony Stark out there. Otherwise, don't care.
Yeah, probably would. I think personally, the Geek Bros should reunite and do this for a night.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
it's a lot like the cabin from Grown Ups as well. So I mean, it's kind of weird.
It's outside Atlanta. Means it's just only a couple hours away from us.
Like 10 hours.
Yeah,
easy.
I mean, we road trip it. Somebody, Joe Tar can hitchhike, and we meet up there. We film some stuff, film some skits. Can you imagine filming? Look at this thing. Can you imagine filming around that thing? Hell yeah! So I'm just saying, think about it. We should do it. Who's getting married next? We can do that as another. Did you flex? Did you say you were proposing?
That's what I heard.
Not yet.
Oh.
I have to actually make more money first. So please, sponsorships.
help Flex get married. That's gonna be the
Yes,
second.
yes. I'm gonna change our hashtag to our media episode and say sponsor us for Darflex Future. All right, we're gonna move on to the Boondocks gets a remake. This article comes from comicbook.com. The Boondocks getting rebooted. Aaron Magruder confirms involvement, which is the show creator. There has been rumors circulating for weeks that Adult Swim's The Boondocks is making a comeback. However, instead of a much discussed season 5, as a lot of fans thought, it looks like it's going to be a full reboot. I don't know why. I actually saw this article was posted. Joe Tara posted this on his Facebook, so I just kind of scooped it up. So EW has dropped the reveal that the Boondocks reboot series is in the works, while confirming that the series creator is indeed involved. So the creator who does the actual comic books itself. It's going to be a complete reimagining of the Boondocks for the modern era. I don't think that the Boondocks wasn't for the modern era, but carry on. It's in development from the original show creator, and the studio announced it on the 2019 Annecy International Animated Film Festival. So, I don't know how you guys feel about this. I love the Boondocks.
Me too.
Anime cartoon. It's an amazing
So much.
show.
It wasn't dated at all. I didn't look at it and say, "Holy shit, that's an old school." So I don't know why they would feel like they need to reboot this for what. It was perfectly animated. I love the actors. I love the voices. Like what are you gonna do with that,
They should just continue it and put it on a streaming service so they don't censor it. Have you seen the uncensored ones, like the nudity and all the profanity?
No, I only saw the Adult Swim.
Oh, dude! Like, speaking of seeing like old nuts hanging, it's pretty funny when you see the grandpa running out the toilet, nuts just dangling around. Well, my little brother owns the whole set on DVD. It's uncensored. I love that show, man. Honestly, they should continue that and the Chappelle Show.
Oh man, that would be perfect. But Dave Chappelle and whatnot for us. Maybe. So Garbanzo, what do you feel about the Boondocks being rebooted?
Actually, I love the original show. I agree with Flex that they should definitely go on get off of Adult Swim and jump on
this dick
Netflix or Hulu. I mean, it wouldn't be a short ride. So the whole thing is. Swear to God, I'm surrounded by a bunch of penises.
Yeah, thank you. This shit.
But I always enjoyed the show. It was cutting edge and edgy, but at the same time hilarious and fun to watch. So you know what? If they're gonna bring it back, I'm interested. I'll check it out. I'll watch it. I just we'll see what happens.
Perfect. All right, we're gonna move on to, and I realized I probably should have gone to video games. Harry Potter Wizards Unite game trailer review. I'm gonna play a little excerpt, and then we're gonna talk about it. Did you guys see? All right, we'll talk about it. Hold on.
Calling all wizards. This is your ministry. Our wizarding community is at risk of exposure. Traces of magic are appearing all over the Muggle world, revealing magic to Muggle eyes.
It's like Fantastic Beasts.
We are heading towards quite the debacle.
The snitch.
Unless we act now. Unless we act together. Fellow wizards, ready your wands. Help keep Muggles none the wiser. Help contain the calamity.
Now I see why it's going to be like Pokemon.
Save our world. Wizards, unite!
All right, so that is the official Harry Potter Wizards Unite game trailer review, which didn't really show any gameplay of any kind. It was literally just a commercial with some really good graphics, actually. But the game screams the wizarding version of Pokemon Go, because all I see is a bunch of Fantastic Beasts and where you can find them. Oh no, what happened? Are you okay?
Just a neighbor.
That's right. So, have you guys, did you? I don't know. Did you guys watch the trailer by any chance?
I have seen the trailer, and it looks kind of cool.
I mean, the trailer looks cool, but we don't know what the game looks like.
Not at all, and but I'm down to find out. I mean, let's see what happens. I mean,
that's right. So
I still play Pokemon Go, so I one more thing to add to my mobile gaming. I'm okay with that.
Cool. Flex, Harry Potter Wizards Unite, calling all wizards. Okay, so
no.
What?
No.
What do you say? No?
I said no. No. I feel like if I would download it, I'll play it for like a week and then turn it off just like Pokemon Go.
Good point. I don't know.
It's first reviewed this and we saw the actual gameplay. That's what we decided. It's just Pokemon Go with
pretty much with wizards and wands,
beasts and Dementors,
and where you can find them. All right. Well, we'll see. Garbanzo said he'll play it. I probably won't because I never got into Pokemon Go to begin with. But Garbanzo said he will play it and he will review it on Garbanzo's Corner. No, not on Garbanzo's Corner, but he will review it.
Maybe it will be Garbanzo's Corner. You never know.
Oh, okay.
That's what Garbanzo's Corner is about. You don't know what it's about.
Okay, nobody puts Garbanzo in the corner.
Nobody.
All right. We're gonna move on to Batman's Ruby Rose fires back at criticism of her lesbian credentials.
I'm sorry, Batwoman.
I said Batwoman or Batman?
You said Batman.
I said Batman.
Same shit.
Batwoman. No, I said Batwoman. I know I said Batwoman. I was reading
same shit.
Okay, look, it's not that E3 EA nonsense, all right? So screw you. Listen, I was re-listening to our E3 special, and you guys let me say EA 18 times. Nobody said anything until you did once or twice, and I still continue to do it.
I was so far gone for that episode. I can honestly sit here and tell you that I couldn't correct you even if I wanted to because my body was just completely shut down.
Well, you played it off well. I mean, you were engaged, you were vivacious, you were laughing.
Look at my intro in the last episode. I'm like, all right, you motherfuckers could find us. I just had it, bro.
All right, so it hasn't been the smoothest launch for CW's Batwoman. By the way, this article comes from WeGotThisCovered.com. See, I'm diversifying our stuff, guys. Give me some props, okay? No, not you guys, but the audience. So it's not just Yahoo; it's going from everywhere now. So it has sadly gained a campaign of voting down the trailer. People just don't seem to like the idea of the new series' feminist message, which is probably not helped by the previous played acknowledging that Kate Kane stepping into the role left by her cousin Bruce Wayne. Star Ruby Rose has now even had to respond to criticisms that her gender-fluid identity makes her a poor choice for lesbian Batwoman. I did do it. You're right.
Same thing, though. You get it? Like,
yeah, you're gender-fluid. Exactly.
Shit, though.
Bat people. We are all bat people. So, to be fair...
Bat person.
Bat person.
We're going to call her Bat person today.
Bat person. So, to be fair...
Don't assume my gender.
She didn't shy away from dismissing the criticism outright, and she spoke out loud. She goes... Her initial response was, pfft. And then it was like, wait, let me just try and figure this one out. How do I write this wrong? Because if someone out there is upset by this, I need to know why and how to fix it. What? I mean, I don't really care about this show. I don't care about the message. I don't care. I saw her character in Elseworlds, the crossover, and I hated it. I hated her character there. I don't know. Do any of you guys watch the DC shows? Are they everywhere?
Before we get
DC
into this,
shows, the good ones.
Yeah, I just want to go ahead and say that I'm gonna say one thing and I'm not gonna comment on this section at all. I don't like DC that much, and I'm all for equality, but just the fact that this is a fucking article and this is a fucking topic and it's being drawn out like this, I do not give a fuck, and this is the reason why I will never watch Batwoman. Because it's pushing this agenda that I never asked for in my comics. So honestly, they can go suck a huge metaphorical gender fluid dick, dog, honestly. And again, I respect the LGBTQA, I think there's one more letter after that, community. You know, and I like, for example, I go back to my friend Quinn. I support him everything he does, and I love him because you know what? He doesn't push it in my face that he likes boys.
I like his style though.
Yeah, his style's. I couldn't put it off because I'm too fucking big. But
okay. I could pull that style off. Hell yeah. So maybe no, but I like his style. Quinn, you're probably not listening, but come visit us soon. Garbanzo, Batwoman, Ruby Rose, lesbianism, credentials. Hit me.
It's just annoying. It's annoying that this is a discussion.
Exactly.
The fact of the matter, that's what kind of irks me. The whole fact of the matter is that um, they want to say like, oh, like people are saying she's not lesbian enough to be a lesbian. I'm sorry. When did everyone have to be all cookie cutter? The point of this is just equality, and that anyone can play it. Like, shoot, I could, if I wanted to play a gay guy, how am I? You know, I'd be. Am I too? Do I look? I don't look a gay guy enough because I'm not as flamboyant, or I don't look like the typical homosexual male. No, that's not the case. The fact of the matter is that anybody, it goes, what you identify is what you identify, and so on and so forth. But who are you? Who is anyone to say that you're wrong? I'm sorry. That it really irks me. And the fact of the matter is that this is actually in the comics. Batwoman is a lesbian, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's still a great character, and the story is actually pretty good. Now the problem is that she doesn't try to usurp Bruce in any way. It's more like she tries to bring her own style of justice. Now she's a little more violent, and that's kind of hard to say because Batman can be pretty violent in the comics.
Gun, right?
Yeah, she does. She does use
an actual ballistics weapon. Yeah, she kills.
Yeah. And she actually does. She has at the very from my understanding, I think in the beginning of the comics, she might have actually killed a few people. So
in the new movie, yeah, in the animated movie on Hulu, Batwoman, she pops a cap in some dude's ass.
Damn. All right, so the whole thing is a little bit more hardcore. There's nothing wrong with that, but that doesn't. Again, Ruby Rose. I personally, I think Ruby Rose is actually physically she's beautiful. I think she's absolutely gorgeous. And whether she considers herself gender fluid or a lesbian or a box of sneakers, it doesn't matter to me what she wants to identify as. It's because it's her choice, it's her idea, and what she sees herself as. And I am no one, and nobody's actually gonna sit there and say that you're wrong. I'm sorry. That's all right. I'm done. I'm off the soapbox.
Yeah, but I agree with you. Like, what is going on with this generation, bro? Look. In the 90s, one of the manliest men who you would never picture playing a gay guy, Wesley motherfucking Snipes, played a fucking cross-dressing black woman along with fucking
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze.
And
John Leguizamo, I could totally see.
He was really pretty, by the way. In that movie, yeah.
Come on.
I mean, he was a Chippendales dancer.
Nobody bitched about it, bro. Nobody bitched about it.
No, and there was no big articles about, is this ruining our children, and so on and so forth. It was seen as
comedy.
For what it was, a movie. Just
comedy. It was comedy.
Nobody was saying, why didn't you get gay actors to do it? No, it's fucking. The point of acting is to be something you're fucking not. God damn.
No, good point. Good point. Well, yeah.
I want to play a rich guy.
If it was a rich girl.
I want to be white.
What? All right, so we're gonna move on to shut up. Marvel's Loki. First look at Tom Hiddleston's Disney Plus series. Now, this article comes from IGN.com, which is pulling this from comicbooks.com. So, a new image has given us the first look at Marvel's Loki for Disney Plus, starring Tom Hiddleston, as its logo and concept art has been revealed. As reported by comicbooks.com, the image was taken from the Walt Disney Company Investors Day presentation back in April and features Marvel's head Kevin Feige presenting the first look at the new series, which was not shown to the public until now.
I want to go to D23 so bad.
You want to do what?
D23 is where a lot of this stuff actually comes out, and they actually talk about it.
Isn't D23 coming around soon?
No, I think it just passed.
Oh, we should have covered that. Oh, well. So the concept art shows Loki walking down the street and clearly features a film marquee with Jaws on display, hinting that at least parts of the new Disney Plus series will be taking place in 1975. There have been rumors and speculation that what this new series may be about, especially after the certain events that occurred in Avengers Endgame, and the confirmation that these new Marvel Disney shows will directly affect the MCU. This Loki series is the only one of the new shows coming to Disney streaming service. This Loki series is only one of many that are coming, such as the WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Rogue One's, Cassian's one, and the Mandalorian. So yeah.
Oh, really? I'm sorry.
What?
I didn't know about the WandaVision. That's new news to me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
am. Oh, I literally just got chills because I actually have the full
WandaVision.
run. Yeah, I have the full run
That's based on a comic.
Yeah, I have the full run of the miniseries that they actually get married and have a child. Wanda's so powerful that she actually manifests a child with Vision. It's actually pretty. It kind of explains her powers a little bit.
Doesn't that lead into House of M?
Her body, her choice.
Yeah. No, I think House of M is a little bit after that. This is a series that came out I think mid-90s.
Yeah, but I remember hearing that this fake baby eventually they force her to snap out of her delusion, and anyway, listen. I'm not even gonna pretend that I'm a comic book head. I'm not even gonna pretend. I'm gonna stop right there. So what do you guys think? Time traveling Loki. It looks like it's called Marvel Studios Loki, which I'm disappointing, but whatever. Okay.
I'm excited for all of it.
It should be interesting. I mean, I don't see how this is going to impact the MCU because this Loki is from a different timeline, and so it should have nothing to do with the current timeline. But I don't know.
Maybe they open the ideas to like a multiverse, multiple universes.
Well, they did, yeah. But multiple universes are different from multiple timelines, no?
I don't think it's going to be multiple timelines on this one. I think this is actually going to have a direct impact on the MCU.
But how? The Loki from our current timeline is dead. This Loki is the one that split it off from Avengers, the original Avengers movie. That's just a different timeline. It's not a different universe. It's just a different timeline. I don't think that constitutes multiverse.
What if that Loki and Endgame who took the Tesseract in that one timeline?
I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to watch and find out. Don't.
Yeah, I guess so.
Good point.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move on to. We're getting exhausted. I love it. It said I love it. Dark Phoenix has the worst debut in X-Men franchise history. This article is coming from BuzzFeedNews.com. So apparently the final film in the X-Men franchise opened with just $33 million at the box office. Apparently, this one didn't rise from the ashes. Dark Phoenix, the 12th and final film of the 19-year-old X-Men franchise, only did a whimper, which is $33 million. It's the lowest domestic debut yet during the summer season, and the worst ever for X-Men films. The lowest one being the Wolverine, which was $53.1 million.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, well, it was alright. So Dark Phoenix is the last one. Deadpool, of course, is the highest. Deadpool 2 is the second highest. The Last Stand, no. Days of Future Past is the third. Logan is the fourth. Then comes Apocalypse, which is weird because Apocalypse sucked. Then comes the Last Stand. Then the Wolverine. The X2. Then Origins and First Class and the regular X-Men. So, I don't think I'm gonna see the movie, at least not legally. Who watched the movie?
No.
I'm not gonna watch it because of what we covered last time, how they scrapped the whole Logan and Jean thing because of age. Like, it's stupid, bro. Like, it's just like when somebody tries to push shit that doesn't exist in my comic books like that, it just kind of turns me off. And another thing, they really put all their chips on like an actor who, honestly, in my opinion, has no really good acting skills. There's kind of just sold on that fact that she was in an extremely successful HBO series. But
no, I agree. I was never sold as her as Jean. Never sold as her as Jean. She wasn't.
I understand that. My whole thing is that I think this is the fans saying that we've had enough of Fox. This is a nail in the coffin of the show to basically tell Fox, give it up, stop trying,
right?
Give it to somebody who can actually do it right. And
well, Fox doesn't have to. Fox got absorbed by Disney. God help us. And so I don't see why anybody was protesting this movie, because so what? It was the last one. You knew it was the last one, and you knew it was going to Disney, and Disney was going to reboot it in 10 years anyway. So I I just think it just was an underwhelming movie. I mean, the trailers didn't seem all that interesting.
Yeah, I mean, how they do the story. I mean, I having a Dark Phoenix saga without Logan involved.
Whack.
I couldn't get behind it.
They probably made an excuse. They probably couldn't get him to come back for the movie because he was done and tired.
And I'm gonna say right now, honestly, I don't think that Sophie Turner is bad as an actress. I think that besides Game of Thrones, I mean she's not my favorite Jean Grey, but I thought she did well. I mean, I thought that maybe with time she could have grown into the character.
Maybe.
I don't see that happening right now.
But I mean, how many movies did she have? She had 3 movies though, right?
I think so. That's it.
It was Days of Future Past. It was Apocalypse. It was this one. How much more did she need to grow into the role? That's it.
I think it's she just played too much of Sansa in her role. That's one thing that I saw. I kind of just another.
I don't know.
That's rough.
Also,
she's
also
I don't know what that is.
hated character on Game of Thrones.
I still don't know what that is.
I have a question regarding Disney absorbing stuff. Now, okay, so
like the Blob.
Disney owns ESPN, right?
Yes.
Allegedly.
Now, ESPN, UFC is exclusively on ESPN.
Allegedly.
Does that mean that our female champions are Disney princesses?
I vote yes.
Gender fluid Disney princesses.
Okay. Yeah, so does that mean that our champions are Disney royalties?
Yes.
I think so. Yes. I say why not?
Because it's not Leia now a Disney princess?
She's
not
always
not officially yet, but I think that she.
Listen,
in my eyes, she is.
All those bitches can shit down. She's the fucking Disney general. All right.
There you go.
Excuse me. So if you guys have seen Dark Phoenix, by all means, send us an email, tweet us, or message us something. Tell us what your review is. Because I'm pretty sure the Geek Bros aren't reviewing this movie. Pretty sure, but don't quote us on that. So we'd love to hear what you have to say. We'll read your review. You guys can give us actually our official review for the Geek Bros for Dark Phoenix. We're gonna move on to Disney is moving forward with the construction of its own Marvel theme park expansion. Now, this article originally came from
taking over the world.
Yeah. Originally, this article came from Stardust, which is the movie trailer and reaction, website. But I actually found an actual article coming from Gizmodo.com. So you can check out the article on Stardust, the movie reaction app, or Gizmodo.com. So with Galaxy's Edge a success, allegedly, it's time for Disney to move forward on this next franchise to incorporate Marvel Park. So according to the Los Angeles Times, Disney has begun work building the park, which will be the Disney's California's Adventure Park, in location previously unused and an area decided, frankly, underrated a Bug's Life. So they're taking out Bug's Life. So this looks like it's only going to be in LA, which makes sense because Marvel has its own little thing at Universal here in Orlando. So I was wondering what I was going to do. So Disney has secured its permits for the construction and it's underway, including allowances for characters to meet and greet, a store bigger than most houses, and a microbrewery. So, yeah. So we'll see what happens.
I'm always down for that.
Would you guys consider?
That'd be awesome if they actually say here that which the writer of the article actually hopes that the microbrewery is Thor branded. That would be amazing.
I got a question. If now Celebration is in California next year, and the highly unlikely chance this is built in a year, you think we go head off and go check it out?
Yeah, I mean, me and Garbanzos did that the first time we went to Celebration.
Really?
I am definitely be going to visit Disneyland as well as California Adventure and Galaxy's Edge, hopefully, when we go to Celebration next year.
Sounds good.
Because I'm definitely not going alone this time, and I was already told that the tickets are going to be bought before I even get the plane tickets.
Well, I mean, don't buy no tickets yet. We're going to get our passes for hosting another podcast.
No, I'm talking about tickets to go to Disney.
Oh, okay.
The Disney tickets will be purchased way before the flights will be purchased.
Okay, sounds good to me. All right, we're going to move on to, and this is what I threw in there at the very end, official Gundam sneakers. I don't know if you guys, I sent you guys a new thing, but These Gundam sneakers are the shit, okay? Now, this article comes from Kotaku.com. It's official Gundam sneakers. And when I saw the first one, the actual Mobile Suit Gundam inspired sneaker, I was like, yes, I want that. Then there's the
It
red
does look
Zaku.
really cool, bro.
Yeah, and that's Amuro Ray's original Gundam. And right next to it is Char's Zaku in red. Tell me these shoes aren't the shit.
Dude,
Come
they look
on
really
now.
cool, man. I'm not lying. Like, they look really awesome.
Gundam has a long history of inspiring sneakers and sneaker colorways, but these new shoes from Chinese company 361 Degrees
Oh my fucking
are,
god.
yes, are the result of an official collaboration. Here's the lineup. They've well, I can't show you guys because I can't read in Japanese, but these shoes are the bomb. All right,
Okay.
you can. Well, tell me what they say.
1 second.
And the prices here are all in. I think
It's not loading.
oh, unfortunate. But yeah, you
It's
can
like
actually get like a
400 yen.
Yeah.
400 yen. Hold on. Let's look at this up real quick because
Let's
I
look
have
it
It's like
up.
600 American dollars.
No, it's not. No, it's not. 400 yen to US dollars is, I don't know, it's not giving me shit. 3.1 US dollars, 400 yen to Japan. So where's how much is it?
hold on. I gotta find it.
Talk to me like that, sucker. It's not giving me.
I would never wear those in public, but I would like to have them.
I would. What do you mean you wouldn't wear those? I would wear them in public.
Listen, I'm a respected man.
This can't.
You would never
I-
expect that. What's wrong with the shoes? Nobody even knows what they are.
Okay. I have to double check, but I think
Uh-huh.
that this may be not 400 yen, but maybe 40,000 yen.
No, because it's three. Why? Because it looks wrong.
Yeah, because 400 yen would literally be
$3.61.
so that can't be right. So I'm thinking it's
Yeah,
40,000 yen, which comes from
probably
closer to $371. So that sounds a lot. So it'd be
That's a
close
lot.
to $400.
That's a lot, but yeah. So if that's really the truth, I would never wear these out. But these they look legit. I love this. You can for 700 yen, you can get five items. You can get the shoes. It comes in a crate with a shirt. I think that's a Gundam where you can build it, and a bunch of like a card and a pin. Look, it's amazing. I want this. So you guys should check that out. Kotaku.com. Look it up. Official Gundam Sneakers Released.
I'm sure when they're all sold out and they become extra super rare, you're gonna find them in stores like Kith and things like that where they have those limited edition sneakers.
Or they're gonna buy them and sell them on eBay. The true
Joe.
things to do. So
Even in the spirit, he's here, man.
right? Isn't he?
Scumbag.
Yeah, we miss you, Jotaro. You should have been here already by now. Okay, you friggin' lazy.
Here he is. Hi, I'm Joe Taro.
fuck. We're gonna move on to
So tired.
teen obsessed with Funko Pops. He has 1,300 of these collectibles. I'm not reading this article, though I got it from Yahoo.com. But is that too much?
No,
No.
Well, I mean, like-
1,300 Funko Pops.
it's not a big deal, man.
Why not?
It's
a
better.
lot.
It's better than him doing drugs.
Yeah.
Okay, but that is absolutely what is called a what is
That's
it?
collector.
No, there's a word. There's a word for these.
Order,
No, in Japanese, there's a word for them.
faggot.
No, oh shit! No,
Is it
was it
otaku?
otaku? Yes, that is the definition of an otaku, and they're social outcasts in Japan. Why is this? Is this okay? 1,300 Funko Pops, and they're not taking out of the box. Why is this okay? How is this okay?
Okay, first and
Because
foremost,
he's not a slave. He can do what he wants, bro.
True.
I mean, the whole thing is, as a rabid collector of just pop culture stuff,
Right.
including Funko Pops, there's a certain satisfaction. It kind of like the whole like the whole Pokemon idea of catching them all. Like you really want to try to get as
Agreed.
many as humanly
Agreed.
possible. Now,
Agreed.
not just that, but some of these collectibles actually are worth money. Like there are Funko Pops that are worth over thousands of dollars. There's some that are so rare that are worth almost 10 grand. So and actually it all depends on who's the buyer. The value of the collectible item It all depends on who's willing to pay for it.
You know what? That's very true. At the end of the day, at the very basic practice of it, how is it different from buying stocks?
Well, stocks don't take up space in your home. That's a digital commodity.
Again, I said to the very basic aspect of it, right? Like,
okay.
This is something I can't appreciate.
I said I'm not knocking. If he's doing it as an investment, sure. But based upon the article, it's just a pure collection and taking up space, a lot of space.
Okay, so in a world where we have like people identifying as helicopters and people fucking licking toes and weird shit, you're really gonna question some guy collecting toys?
Oh shit!
Like, okay, if Germany can put out like shit videos, why can't this guy collect toys?
And that is how we're gonna end today's episode. Exactly on that note. If you guys have anything you want to say, absolutely check us out on
squash banana.
We're gonna mute Garbanzo, because remember, Darflex told me how to kick somebody out of the group, so that's right. So if you have any questions or concerns, or you want to comment or give us your own take on anything we discussed, check us out on our social media. It's Instagram, Geek Bros with a 0, GEKBR0S, or Twitter, tweet us. Join our polls. We have a poll every week, apparently, from, I'm pretty sure it's Darflex. That's Geek Bros with a 0, GEKBR0S, or email us, geekbros with a 0 at yahoo.com. That's GEEKBR0S at yahoo.com. Check out our Facebook, which is also popping. I want to say our Facebook is popping from Garbanzo, I want to say. That's facebook.com, so it's Geek Bros with a 0. Of course, you can listen to these fine, exhausted and hoarse voices every Wednesday. That's WeBeGeeksPC.com, or watch it days later. I will never give you guys a day I'm doing it, because I do them all. I do them when I feel like it. YouTube.com/Vibro Studios for the video recap. Before we go, gentlemen, shameless promotions.
Absolutely. You find beautiful listeners, find beautiful persons. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at DarthFlex on Instagram it's DarthFlex with 2 X's, Darth_Flex. On Twitter it's DFP or DarthFlex Performance. If you want to check out my handiwork, which I'm gonna start taking up leatherworking, by the way. You can check me out on The Inebriated Craftsman for cool beer stuff and crafting. Once I get my life together, I'm going to be doing a lot of... I am, bro. My goal is to get into leatherworking and bladesmithing and blacksmithing.
Awesome. So you can make me some assless chaps.
I thought you were going to ask me for an axe or something, but sure. Okay.
Garbanzo.
All right, everybody. You can actually find me on Twitter at being TKE278, on the gram at DarthBean278, and also the newly created Garbanzo's Corner on Facebook. So don't forget to hit me up. I have any questions, post up what you want to hear about, and I'll gladly pick a topic every week, and then we'll go on from there.
Right, so that's Facebook.com/asslesschaps for Garbanzo's Corner. Check that out. So
now I have to find that next week and see if I can take it over.
Well, this is me.
We live in Florida, man. Sometimes you need the extra AC.
No, we always need extra AC. Always. It's not even negotiable. All right, you can find me, Vibe Studios, VIBEREBSTUDIOS. That's my Twitter, my Instagram, YouTube, and the website. Still down, still overhauling it, but it'll be there. Definitely check that out. So
eventually.
That's it for Keepin' the Geek Bros, episode 68. I'm Vibe.
DarthFlex.
Garbanzo.
And geeking out still sounds this good.
Keeping up with the Geek Bros.